Hello everyone, today we're making French vanilla ice cream. Start off with a medium-sized saucepan and 1 cup of milk. You could use whole milk or reduced fat milk in this. And I'm also adding 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. You could use the reduced fat cream like half and half for this. However, I find the best ice cream is made with heavy whipping cream, which is 35% milk fat. And of course, we need to add vanilla. I found this recipe on the internet. I'll put a link in the description box to the website and the recipe. The recipe calls for half a vanilla bean. I love vanilla. I'm using 2 small whole beans. I simply split them with the tip of the knife, and then using the back of the knife, I'm scraping out the vanilla seeds in the center and then placing that into the pot with the milk. I actually purchased my vanilla beans from a company on eBay, and I will put a link in the description box below just in case you're interested in checking that out. And also take the empty vanilla pod and place it in the milk as well. If you don't have vanilla beans or can't get them, then you can use vanilla extract in this. Probably 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons of vanilla in there would do the trick. However, nothing really replaces the flavor of vanilla beans. Then you're going to place the pot on the stove over medium-high heat, and stirring occasionally, you're going to bring the milk, cream, vanilla mixture to a boil. As soon as it starts to boil, remove it from the heat. And I took this opportunity to fish out the vanilla pods at this time. In a medium-sized metal bowl, place 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar and 5 egg yolks. Yep, that's a lot of egg yolk, but this is what makes French vanilla ice cream. It gives it that wonderful yellow color as well as that wonderful rich flavor. And then whisk the egg yolk and the sugar together until it lightens up considerably. Yep, that's Max's hand helping me out here. As you can see, the color lightened up quite a bit. And then, using a helper to hold your bowl like I'm doing here, you are going to very gradually pour the hot milk and cream mixture into the egg yolks. And while whisking continuously, this has got to be done very slowly. If you pour the hot milk in too fast, it will cook the egg yolks and you will get a curdled mess in the bowl. So just do it slowly, and that way the egg yolk sugar mixture will have an opportunity to heat up gradually. And just keep whisking until it's all incorporated. Thank you to Max, my helper, for that part. Then pour the mixture back into the saucepan and heat it over medium-high heat, stirring continuously. You're going to cook it over medium-high heat until the mixture starts to thicken. You do not want this to come to a boil. You want to cook it to almost the boiling point, and you want to cook it until it starts to thicken up and it coats the back of the spoon. The recipe says to cook it until it reaches 180 degrees Fahrenheit minimum, and that way it will kill any kind of bacteria that might be in the egg yolks. Now, I put the thermometer in just to see, and when I reached the point where I thought it was cooked enough, it had thickened up and it was almost at a boil, I looked at the thermometer and it was actually just above 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you don't have a thermometer, if you cook it to that point, you should be okay. And that's how you can tell. It coats the back of the spoon, and when you draw your finger through it, it leaves it like a clean streak behind that doesn't fill in. Then place some ice in one bowl, place a smaller bowl over top of it, and then take your mixture and you're going to strain it to remove any large chunks of vanilla that might be left in there or any bits of custard that got a little bit too thick. This step actually you could probably skip over. Any of those vanilla chunks that were left, I probably wouldn't have minded leaving in the ice cream because I think they would have just added some flavor. However, stir the mixture in the ice bath until it cools. The recipe says to cool it to 39 degrees Fahrenheit. I basically just stirred it until it was cool to the touch, and then I covered it and put it in the refrigerator for several hours. I actually left mine in the fridge overnight, but it needs to be completely chilled. And now you prepare your ice cream maker. I bought this electric ice cream maker many years ago at Walmart. The large container on the top with the gray metal, that you actually keep in the freezer so it's frozen. You put a plastic piece in the center that's going to do the churning, and then pour in the mixture that has been chilling for several hours in the refrigerator. Then place the top on to get it ready and turn the power on. It's quite simple. And once this starts churning, you're going to let it churn for about 25 minutes or so. And I'm going to show you what it looks like inside as it's churning. Basically how it works is the cream contacts with the cold container, freezes, and then that white plastic piece that's in the center of the screen scrapes the frozen stuff off the side and puts it back into the mixture. And it just keeps going round and round, freezing and scraping until you get ice cream. And I'll show you a series of clips here. You can see how it turned into ice cream slowly. The color lightens and it starts to look like ice cream. Now after about 25 minutes to half an hour, and that'll depend on your ice cream maker, so follow your manufacturer's directions, remove the ice cream and place it into a bowl. Now you'll notice the ice cream is quite soft. That's normal. The rest of the hardening process will happen in the freezer. So place it in another bowl, cover it, and put it in the freezer for about 2-3 hours for it to firm up. If you're using a glass bowl like I am here, I suggest that you chill the bowl first in the freezer before putting the ice cream in, and it'll keep the ice cream from melting on contact like it did here. So there it is, the completed ice cream. This is an amazing recipe. It is delicious. You can see the little specks of vanilla bean in the ice cream. If you've never had homemade ice cream before, you really are missing out on something. Give it a try.